So if you played the Battlefield 5 beta, which I'm sure you did if you're a Battlefield 5 fan, if you didn't, then go try it out. You probably tried to type white man into the chat box, and you were met with the censorship star 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 star. And then you tried to type the word or the acronym DLC, and then you got star 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 star. So I couldn't actually believe it was true. You know, I played the beta, and then I watched Angry Joe's video. I'm like, wait a second, is this for real? Went back in the game and I typed white man, and I was censored. Uh, it's not just me that finds this hilarious. It appears that the entire world has something to say about white man. And you know what? I want to make a video about it because I think it's very interesting. So, the topic of censorship in video games is something we don't normally talk about because, like, okay, let's be real here. Internet, like online internet games where there's chat boxes are historically toxic. We all know this. We try not to interact with them. And most of the time, anyone who's typing in something into chat is either A, trying to figure out what a hotkey is for jump or something like that, or B, typing, you little, I hate you, go to hell, you suck at this game. Like, they're just trying to spread toxicity because they're mad little people and they're mean. Traditionally speaking, we've tried to just kind of cover up toxicity in this industry by throwing a blanket over it. It wasn't until, like, I would say Overwatch's video on toxicity did people actually realize that we should actually start to deal with this stuff. So we start to censor stuff. We start to put in programs in video games that try to make people behave, reward players for behaving well, giving them stuff, and just generally making people feel better for not being toxic in the chats of our favorite online video games. Which I guess isn't exactly on points for our talking points today, but I think it's a interesting developments nonetheless. So Battlefield 5 comes around and starts to censor white man. It doesn't really have anything to do with the history of toxicity, but what it does do is make some people wonder if it was put in the game intentionally or if it was 100% a problem with the game engine. And I think for the most part, if you try to justify it being just a freak accident of the game's engine, then you won't be able to defend that argument very long because, well, how did it possibly land this bug, this issue with the game engine? How did it possibly just land on the words white man? There's no possible way that that's a coincidence, at least in my eyes. So the way I see it is, somewhere along the lines, someone at DICE was being a very naughty boy or a naughty girl, went into the code, and just did it. Of course, I don't know this 100%, but I feel like there's absolutely no way to justify a freak occurrence for white man, Nazi, DLC, Titanfall. Why is Titanfall censored? It doesn't make any sense. Do they not want people talking about their competition while playing a DICE game? I don't know. I mean, it seems pretty convenient. All right, you spit out the word Call of Duty or Titanfall, you're basically marketing for someone else's game. So, did they censor that word too for that reason? I don't know. But back to my original point: white man. Yeah, I agree with this line here. It's one of the most bizarre things to come out of a beta because it's white man. You can still type Asian man or black man. You can type Korean man. You can type red man, purple man, blue man, green man. The only thing that's censored is white man. Why is white man censored? Here's the kicker, right? Because people out there are like, oh, get over it. It's just whatever. It's white man. Stop acting like stop blowing it out of proportion. Here's the thing though. What if it was black man? Yeah, I said that. What if it was black man? I don't like to talk about racism in this channel because I don't believe in it, but what about black man? Of course, historically, with slavery and the unfortunate reality of racism all across the world, Blacks have been targeted probably more than anything else. Unfortunately, Jews as well. But as a color, black man, imagine that being censored. Could you even think of how big the backlash would be if it was black man? So because it's not black man and it's white man, I don't buy the argument, well, just get over it. Because there are people out there who are still racially sensitive, even white people. Here's a response from DICE and Battlefield. We've heard some complaints that the filter is blocking words that aren't profanity and shouldn't be blocked, like DLC, etc. Ironically, the guy didn't name or mention white man, so he's doing his homework, at least in terms of a PR standpoint, and isn't blocking some words that should be. Obviously, I will not be providing examples of these. Smart dude. Please note this is a work in progress, and we will be taking this feedback to tweak the sensitivity of the filter and improve its usage without censoring relevant conversation. I mean, it sounds to me like it was just an issue with how it was implemented and not a bug or something like that. But regardless, they fucked up bad. Not only did they get slammed for women, politicizing their games, social justice, telling people what to do, and their track record of misbehaving in the video game world, here we go with white man. You talk about a perfect storm that came together at the exact moment of Battlefield 5's lead up. It couldn't have been any better than this. If there was ever an EA game to fail, this would be it. If there was ever a Battlefield game to fail, this would be it. They're in way too much hot water. That the only way around it was to delay the game, and I believe that's why they did that. Because putting out Battlefield 5 in the midst of all this controversy, bad press, hate speech, political agendas. You talk about a recipe for disaster, that would have definitely been it. So the only reason why they pushed it back was to hopefully paint the game in a better light by the time that day comes. I don't know if that's going to happen because racial stereotyping and censorship on top of everything else that they've had going on for Battlefield 5 is like the icing on the cake. Everyone out there has a different degree of sensitivity to racism, to gender equality, and to colors, right? Just because one person doesn't believe in racism doesn't mean someone else isn't sensitive to it or does believe in it. If you guys want my opinion, I believe that everyone in this world is created equally. However, there are people out there that do not believe that. And it's those people that will get upset when they get the color of their skin censored in issues like this. Of course, not everyone's reacting this way, and there are probably many people out there that just love to hate EA at this point and Battlefield 5, that they're blowing this issue out of proportion just because they want to hop on the bandwagon because it's fun and it's something to do because, well, people are just bored. Very true. But a smaller subset of people are actually probably pissed off. Pissed off enough to not to buy your game. And you can't do that if you're one of the biggest companies out there again and again and again. This is only one issue in a greater pool of issues surrounding not just Battlefield, but EA lately. And it makes me sad because EA, I grew up with EA. I played EA games. They're one of the best publishers out there. They created some amazing games. And they funded some games that would have not made the cut had they not invested in those companies. So to see EA just continue to go down the shitter over and over and over does not make me happy. I don't want to make this video, but I feel like I have to, because people need to know what's going on with EA. Here we go again. EA is at it again. So there's the white man controversy, guys. It's up in the air, but just tack it on to another issue in the long list of controversies leading up to your friend and my friend, Battlefield 5. Is this going to affect how you view the game? Is this going to affect whether you buy the game or not? Do the issues of EA, gender, politics, social justice, white man, Will you take those into account? Not just when you consider buying Battlefield 5, but when EA comes up in a conversation, when there's a roundtable of people talking about video games that EA makes. Should they be held accountable for these behaviors when they get brought up in those conversations? And does it make you feel something as a gamer to know that video games today aren't just video games, as I like to say? They are politics, they are issues, they are controversies, they are bigger puzzles than the pieces that go into building a game. 2018, it's weird. You know, when I started this YouTube channel, things weren't this bad. You know, video games were just, we talk about video games. Did they fail? Did they succeed? Are they good or are they bad? Somewhere along the lines, in the past year and a half or something like that, all I see these days are controversies, conflict, people speaking out, which is a good thing, people expressing their opinions. But video games aren't just video games anymore. Every single element of a video game is now dissected and under a magnifying glass. And people will say something if they do not agree with what the game stands for in any one of those avenues. So I feel like it's a very interesting time. I feel like it's a very unpredictable time. As you guys can know, anything can happen in the video game industry. You wake up tomorrow, there may be something in the news. Star Citizen may do something stupid. EA might do this. White man. Call of Duty might do this. Like, someone steals this. Lawsuit here, lawsuit there. So welcome to another day in our industry. What is happening to the industry? I don't know, but I'm going to cover all of it on this channel. If you do like our videos, you can subscribe here and ring that notification bell. I know there were some issues this weekend with people not receiving notifications in their subscription box. My channel, lots of other channels as well. So make sure you ring that bell. It's the only way to guarantee that you'll be notified in some fashion of when I release a new video. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave me your comments down below regarding White Man. And we'll talk later. You guys have a fantastic day. Bye now.